Hello, welcome to the Burda Podcast powered by Afikra. I'm your host, Mikey Muhanna. On today's episode, we speak with dancer, choreographer Rana Gorgani. Rana is a Sufi dance master, and we talk to her about her practice, what Sufi dance is all about, how she got started, and what it feels like to perform on a stage like the Burda Festival. I hope you enjoy the conversation, and I hope you go online to see as much about the festival as possible, including Rana's performance. Welcome, Rana. Thanks so much for joining the podcast. It's really great to have you here. How are you doing?
I'm great, and especially the fact that in Europe it's winter, and here in Dubai I can enjoy the sun, and so this is amazing.
Yeah. January and December in Dubai are spectacular. Rana, so you had your performance last night, which we were so honored to have you there. Just give us an idea. How do you prepare for that type of performance?
This is a very interesting question because actually I never prepare anything before a performance. Of course, I listen to the music that I will do sema. It's the name of the Sufi dance of the practice that I do, which it's called sema in Turkish, and sama actually it's an Arabic name meaning listening, the spiritual listening. So the way I prepare myself is more deeper and inner preparation as meditation. And when I go on stage, it's like I feel the atmosphere, I feel the audience, and I try to be linked, to be connected with them through my prayer, because for me, Sufi dance, Sama, it's also a way to pray. But it's what is a little bit special about what I'm doing, because in a way it's an art, but this art couldn't exist if I didn't have this deep faith in myself, and music helped me to express actually all the feeling through my spiritual path.
So give us a little context. So you were born in Europe, you're French Iranian. How did you first get started doing Sufi dancing, or sort of what many people think of as whirling dervishes? How did you get started with that? Was that something that you did as a child, or is that something that you came to as an adult or as a young adult?
Actually, I discovered first the Sufi rhythm, and I was very young. I didn't know it was Sufi rhythm. I decided to practice a drum, and so why I was attracted especially to the drum, I don't know. The only thing I knew is that I really wanted to play rhythm and something related to my culture. So I decided to learn, and slowly I learned Sufi rhythm. And I discovered, when I had the chance to go with my master in a Sufi ceremony, that all the rhythm that I was playing was like sacred rhythm. So something like it was like it reveals to me that okay, what I'm interesting on is Sufism. And it was from actually, so it started from music, and slowly I decided to practice sama, to practice this whirling dance. But I was young, so it was something like very private for me. And after a while, it becomes my art, it becomes my life. But at the beginning, it was, I don't want to say like hobby, but it was something that I never imagined that I will bring it on stage. And I think it's the most magical part of my life, that something that I was doing it and in private with my family, or is coming universal. Each time I go on stage, and it was what I thought last night, I thought it's amazing to perform in this festival, which is focused on Islamic arts. it's and I really feel I am in the right place. I am in the right place at the right moment and sharing what guide me since I am young.
So, for those of the listeners who didn't have the chance to be at the festival and see the performance, how would you describe what the performance was? The choice of music, the theme of it, the title of the performance. Give us a little background into why you chose this exact performance.
Yeah. So I call this performance the dance of atoms because of Rumi, the poet Rumi, which was the one that introduced to Sufism Sama, this whirling dance. And it's related with the nature, with the cosmos, with the planet, because actually, so the only movement I do is spinning on myself to the side of the heart, the same side as the earth whirling around the sun. So it's this movement is like a tribute to the planet, to the sun, to the light. And in Sufism, of course, light is the divine, is a symbol, is a big symbol of the divine. So the music I chose was music on piano. It was not a Sufi music, but this idea to open a maximum and like to put like a classical music with this Sufi art together become a real art, something special. And then all my movements that I'm doing while I am whirling is has different symbol and different meaning. Like, for example, I put my right hand, I put my right arms up and my left arms down. And the meaning is everything that I receive goes through my heart and I give it back. It's the idea of sharing. And sometimes I move my arm more faster. And this is the idea of the waves of the sea. Sometimes I put my arm up to the sky with my head, and also the idea of air, of birds. And so this is, for me, this dance is like a poetical movement, and showing also the beauty of what is not visible. And I think this is very important, this idea. Like, we know that on this earth, this is what Rumi was saying more than 800 years ago. He wrote, he didn't wrote, he was spinning, he was dancing, Rumi, the poet, and while he was on this ecstatic motion, words came through him. And his son was writing everything Rumi was saying through. He was on this ecstatic motion. And Rumi said, everything on this earth is moving. Everything is moving. So you can see the reality of this world when you are also on movement, when you are on motion, like the atoms. So we cannot see the atoms, actually. We know that everything is moving around us. So the very spiritual also idea that the invisible became visible. And I think this is what I'm deeply interested when I dance, is to show what cannot be seen.
So I'm so curious, because it's a very emotional idea that you're talking about. This idea of reconnecting with the invisible, atoms, sort of the gravitational pull of the universe. These are very deep, profound ideas. I'm curious, like, emotionally, what happens to you after that type of performance?
Actually, the music helps a lot. When it's like, how can I say, I start to go in this, some people call it also meditation with movement. And this is also a nice idea. But like, I go to a certain state, and some people can consider that it's meditation. But there is a beginning and there is an ending. like a travel. And this travel is guided by the music. So when the music stops, it's like I'm coming back. I'm coming back. When there is the music, I just, in the mystical meaning, we say that soul is liberated. Soul goes out of the body and surround the body. And this is why we put the costume, the fabrics, the fabrics shows, because I have a long like dress and very, the big, and we say that the soul goes through the movement of the fabric. So, this is all mystical idea to explain that it's like you're here and you're not here at the same time. And when the music stops, soul goes back to the body. You came back on this earth. And what is the point that you just revealed is, if the music doesn't stop, I do not stop.
Yeah.
So it can be 10 minutes, it can be 1 hour, it can be 3 hours, or maybe more. It happened one time, but it was not on stage. It was for a ceremony that I start, and it was a very, very long Sufi ceremony with a lot of musicians. And when the music stopped, I stopped, and they said to me, "You did sama all night." And I thought I couldn't say how long, but I realized that it was like 8 hours. And I was just,
Wow.
Completely. And, in the West, they call all this kind of practice like trance. I can believe this idea of trance, because it's the consciousness is like completely modified, of course, but for me it's not the way I live it. It's like the music and this state of prior meditation make me able to be connected, I will say again one more time, with what is not visible, but I know that I control everything. So if you call it a trance, it's something that, okay, it's out of your possibility to control, but it's complicated until you have to do it. Sometimes people ask me questions, and I said, please, because I teach a lot, and something that I believe every human being is able to spin, is able to do this circle movement, to do this Sufi dance. And of course, it depends. Maybe when you start to learn it, you will just do 3 minutes. But after a while, slowly, when your body understood the movement, your brain understood that there is no risk, you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. This is a healing. This is also a very big healing. So that's why I absolutely do not consider it as a trance, because at any time I can stop.
I have a better word. I don't think it's a trance. I think it's a groove.
Yeah, this is exactly. And I think this idea that you just said is beautiful, because we talk also about this on music. When something you feel taken by the music, that you feel a groove, exactly. You feel something inside you that awake you, like and open your heart, and give you a lot of sensations and a lot of emotions. And this is what Sufi dance brings to me.
You've been performing or actively dancing for 15 years, almost 2 decades. I'm curious how your practice has changed over that time. Have you gotten quote unquote better as a dancer, or has it just changed? Or maybe not, maybe it's deeper. I mean, what way do you think about this?
I mean, I cannot judge myself and see, I don't know if I am better or not. Just, I know that at the beginning, I was not used to bring this spiritual dance on stage. It was quite new. I was used to do it in private context area. So at the beginning, I have to confess, I was training, and when I was with live musician, I was training with them, or and okay, thinking how I enter, how I stop, which movement I will do, but it doesn't match. It doesn't match with Sufi dance, because it's about how you feel at the present moment. It's about the beat of your heart, and then you are able to feel. I mean, maybe it will be a little bit strange, but you are in so deeper meditation instead, that you can also feel the beat of the audience. So all these things, you have to be aware, you have to be at the present moment, you have to be open to the world, you have to be open to yourself. So if you prepare, it became mechanical. So nowadays, I never prepare before going on stage. But I mean, I don't train, one day before, but I listen a lot to the music. And sama in Arabic means listening. So this is to be, so I listen to the music, and I just close my eyes, and this is the way I prepare a show. And of course, during my daily life, because it's very physical anyway, some of the costume I wear, sometimes it's like 10 kilos on me. So it's quite heavy. So for this, I try, of course, to practice, to do some, so nothing related to spirituality, but to do some sport and to do stretching. And this, of course, is necessary to prepare the body to be ready. It's like when you do a sport, a certain sport, and a high level sport. I don't know. Okay, let's give example like tennisman. He will not play tennis all the day. Maybe he will do also other sport. I don't know. He will run. He will, to be ready for the tennis. But he will not do like 10 hours tennis, because then he will be exhausted for the match. So this is the same idea. I do many training with my body, then to be able to do this Sufi dance.
What are you most excited about for the festival here, and what do you hope people take away from your performance?
First, what I'm very excited about this festival Al Burda is to see so many different artists from different countries, and we are all related to Islamic art in a certain way. And this, for me, it's very touching, and to see also how, it's like very rich and everyone has some different proposal, and everyone share something that I can feel. I felt yesterday all the artists invited, that they gave their art, their music, their voice with passion and love. And this, for me, it's also the Sufi message, like to share everything with love, and this love permits to shine. So this, I felt this in this festival, and I was very touched. And what I hope that what I'm doing on stage, maybe what I hope that is to share a little bit of the magical that I feel when I dance. And so this is this that I want to bring in this festival, that a little bit of this magic, and that when you feel you became like a child, like a child seeing something and like be amazed. So this is, I think, the reason that I share this, because I believe that we are the mirror of the other one. And this link, also art, link people together. Dance link people together. In anthropology, we do not say dance is the art of movement. Like when you study dances, because I did some anthropological studies, so we don't consider dance as the art of movement. We consider dance of the art of link, the idea of link. So this is what I wish to bring, is to be linked to each other. And I think it's the best way to share love and peace.
Has that been the case when you perform in other places? Have you had similar responses when you perform around the world?
I think yes, that there is something universal that music touch the heart of everyone, and this is also why in Sufism that we say in Sufism that music is the path of the divine. Music is the path of the divine. So music is something universal, and it doesn't matter which kind of music. And of course, we all have our sensibilities. So some people will appreciate a music or do not appreciate another music, but it doesn't matter. Music, it's something so universal. And actually, I believe also dance, and as I told you, for me is much more than just a dance. I do not do it just like to make something beautiful or nice or to show myself. For me, as I said, it's like maybe the image is too much, but it's I become, when I do this movement, this whirling movement, I become one with the music. It's like I become the music. And I remember actually the music that I put for the festival last night was on a piece of piano of one of my friends called Simon Greishi. He's actually half Lebanese and half Mexican. So we share, we have something similar with our culture. And he said one day, because he was watching me, and he said, Rana, this is very interesting, because when I watch you, I feel that you are expressing my deep feeling when I play music. I could see through you my feelings, my emotion when I play piano, and something that I cannot show, because I can make it here. People listen to this, but and this was very interesting for me, because he said to me, okay, I am the ear and you are the eyes, so something that comes together.
Beautiful. Well, Rana, thanks so much for being a part of this series. It was an honor to be able to see you perform. And hopefully people go to the Burda website, burda.ae, to learn more about your work. And hopefully I'll see you at the festival later today.
Thank you so much, inshallah. Thank you for this beautiful invitation. I was very honored to share it. And I hope my English was not so bad.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening. I hope to see you at the festival. For more information, go to burda.ae. That is burda.ae. The festival runs from December 19th to the 21st at the Dubai Exhibition Center as part of Expo 2020 Dubai. The festival is organized by the Ministry of Culture and Youth, UAE, and this podcast is powered by Afikra Podcasts. Take care.